The Pump Scream, June 1992, Zhejiang Province. Farmer Wu Anai watches the water level fall. It has taken 17 days to drain the Bottomless Pond. Locals feared it. Now it is empty. As the mist clears, a jagged silhouette rises from the mud. It is not a rock. It is a pillar, and behind it, a door into the dark. Wu steps down onto the slick silt. His flashlight beam cuts the gloom. It strikes a wall. The light travels on and on. The space is colossal. The air is heavy, smelling of stale earth and time. He realizes the scale immediately. This is not a natural cave. This is a man-made hall, buried under a village for centuries. He calls for help. Villagers descend into the hole. They count the rooms. 1, 2, 5. There are not just one, but 24 grottos connected beneath the earth. The total area covers over 30,000 square meters. They had walked over this ground for generations, never knowing the void beneath their feet. The silence down here is absolute. We enter grotto number 1. The ceiling soars 30 meters above the floor. That is as high as a 10-story building. The span of the room is breathtaking. Yet, the most terrifying detail is the lack of debris. When you carve a cavern, you leave rubble. Here, the floor is clear. The volume of missing rock is staggering. Engineers calculate the math. To create these 24 caves, workers removed nearly 1 million cubic meters of siltstone. Imagine the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now imagine it carved entirely from the inside of a mountain. That is the scale of the excavation here. It is a ghost of industry, a phantom project of immense size. The walls are not rough. They are smooth, sloping at a precise 45-degree angle. The design is uniform across every chamber. This suggests a single, unified plan, not a series of diggings, but one grand vision. Whoever built this had advanced knowledge of geometry and structural stress. They built a void that refuses to collapse. Geologists examine the rock. It is siltstone. This material is notoriously difficult to work with. In its natural state, it is soft. But once exposed to air, it hardens and becomes brittle. Carving it requires timing. You must cut it while it is soft before it turns to stone. The margins for error were razor thin. If the builders used metal tools, the rock would have crumbled. If they waited too long, the chisels would have shattered the walls. The survival of these grottos is an anomaly of physics. They have stood for 2,000 years in an earthquake zone. The pillars support the weight of the mountain without cracking. It should not be possible. The tools used remain a mystery. No iron picks, no bronze chisels have ever been found inside. The marks on the wall suggest a scraping motion rather than a heavy impact. It implies a tool we do not recognize, or a technique lost to history. The rock yields no secrets, only silence. Historians scramble to find records. They search the Shurji, the vast records of the grand historian. They look for taxes on labor, for requisitions of tools. They find nothing. There is no mention of the Longyou Grottoes in any text. It is a black hole in the history of the Han Dynasty or the spring and autumn period. Consider the logistics. To move 1 million cubic meters of rock, you need an army. You need thousands of workers. You need food, shelter, and organization. Such a project would bankrupt a province. It would be the talk of the empire. Yet, the local genealogies of the Shuryan clan make no mention of it. It is as if it were built by ghosts. Carbon dating places the construction around 200 BCE. This is the Warring States period. China was in chaos. Warlords fought for survival. Resources were scarce. Who had the power to divert a massive workforce to dig holes in the ground? And why did they hide it? The absence of evidence is as terrifying as the caverns themselves. We return to the math. 1 million cubic meters of rock. Where is it? If you dig a hole, you create a pile. Excavations usually leave tailings nearby, but the landscape around Longyou is flat. There are no hills of debris, no evidence of crushed stone used for roads. The rock has simply vanished. Did they dump it in the river? The volume would have choked the waterway, causing floods that would be recorded. Did they use it to build a village? The local architecture uses small stones, not massive slabs. The physics of removal do not add up. Moving that much earth requires more effort than digging the caves themselves. Some theorists suggest they dissolve the rock using acid, but there is no chemical residue. Others say they use the stone to repair a dam, but the dam is too small. Every logical explanation hits a dead end. The missing stone is a phantom weight that hangs over the mystery. It defies the laws of conservation of mass. We look closer at the walls. The decoration is sparse but precise. Parallel lines run in rhythmic patterns. They cover the ceiling like waves. This is the chisel mark signature. In a modern mind, marks are chaotic. Here, they're uniform. It suggests a disciplined, almost robotic workflow. The pressure of every strike appears identical. The pattern flows around the corners without breaking. It implies the carvers did not stop. They moved in a synchronized dance around the room. The acoustic properties amplify this dread. A whisper in one corner can be heard in the opposite end. The builders understood sound. They built a resonant chamber that still holds the echoes of their labor. There are no statues, no aidas, no inscriptions praising a king. The decoration is purely functional and aesthetic. It is art for the sake of the rock itself. This lack of iconography is unique in Chinese archaeology. Usually, power seeks to be immortalized in stone. Here, the builders chose anonymity. They erased their own names. Not all grottos are the same. The Seven Sisters are a cluster of caves with a unique feature. They are connected. Passages link them underground, though some are blocked by sediment. This implies a complex network, perhaps a refuge. When the water was pumped out, these caves were the first to reveal their secrets. They are the heart of the complex. The floor of the sisters slopes downward. It leads to a central drainage point. This was intentional. The caves were designed to hold water or channel it. The bottomless pond was not a natural well. It was a reservoir. The builders filled their own masterpiece with water and submerged it. Why build something only to hide it under a lake? The water level protected the soft siltstone from eroding. By flooding the chambers, the builders preserved their work. They sealed it away from the surface world. It was an act of deliberate concealment. They buried the treasure of their labor in water, waiting for a day that never came until 1992. What was the purpose? The theories are many. A quarry? The rock quality is poor for building. A tomb? No bodies, no coffins, no funerary objects. It is an insult to the dead to leave them in empty, wet halls. A treasury? The humidity would destroy gold and silk instantly. Nothing fits. Perhaps it was a military bunker, a place to hide troops or supplies. But the ventilation is poor. Torches would consume the oxygen rapidly. An army would suffocate in these depths. The columns are majestic, but they block line of sight. It is a terrible place for a fortress. Some suggest a religious purpose, a place for meditation. The acoustics support this. Chanting here would be terrifying, but no religion in the region practiced underground rituals in this era. The function remains a total enigma. We have a masterpiece of engineering with no usable function, a building designed for nothing. Today, the pumps are silent. The water is gone. The Longyou Grottoes are a tourist attraction, but the mystery remains intact. Scientists have brought radar, drones, and lasers. They have mapped every millimeter of the rock. Yet, the answer is not in the data. It is lost to time. The caves refuse to give up their origin. We are left with the facts. 1 million tons of rock moved by invisible hands. A complex of 24 rooms built without records. A precision that defies the tools of the age. It is a monument to the unknown. A reminder that our history is incomplete. That civilizations can rise, build wonders, and vanish without leaving a name. The caves endure. They wait in the dark. They are a riddle carved into the bedrock of the world. As we leave, the silence returns. It is the same silence that held them for 2,000 years. And perhaps that is the only answer we will ever get.